So sorry about being late there, guys. I know I'm 20 minutes late. I was grabbing a board to get to a customer, and then the roads suck out here. So my name's Casper Jones. I handcraft skateboards for Life Skateboards, and you're watching Days with Casper. I see someone asking about a Hackett. Doesn't look like I have that in this stack yet, but hopefully you'll be seeing that shaped very soon here. And remember, you guys can get these boards at lifeskateboard.com. If you enjoy what you're watching, go ahead and share it with people. Double tap the screen for me. I have got a stack of boards here to do. Good afternoon, Gray Jedi. Got a stack of boards, including a mellow here. I'm sorry, that one's a 6-ply, not a mellow. We've got this stack here. We're gonna work through it until about 7:15 tonight. We've got some stuff I've got to do. And then we're gonna finish those up tomorrow and press the monster boards in the other room. I wanna start the live off by walking through the pressing room real quick. So let's get over there. And then we will start shaping this stack here. And once again, you guys can get these handcrafted boards at lifeskateboard.com. I like this light a lot. It gets less dark in here. All right, so we've got the veneer right here. We're gonna pull that veneer into layups. Yesterday, you guys watched me press the monster press right here. And we will be unloading that tomorrow and loading it up again. So we press the boards ourselves. They're under pressure for a minimum of 24 hours and then cure for 7 days in a stack of their own concave before the shape is cut out. Getting a shape cut out is gonna be taking an uncut like this and putting the truck holes in right here. This is what Sam, the owner and operator of Life Skateboards, does before I get the live going. He's gonna put the truck holes in right here and then attach a template to that uncut through the truck holes, through the bottom. Once that template's attached, he's gonna run that template right along this bearing right here. He's gonna cut out the shape, and that's when I end up with these. And the edge of that board is not to a 90 with the concave, so I gotta bring it to a 90 to round it off on the second step. And we're gonna go ahead and get going here. It's going all right, Angry Blake. Hope you're doing well yourself. I'll admit, got a bit of a migraine today, so we'll see how the live goes. Just gonna go ahead and take the tape off of this guy, make it easier for later. I didn't do any prep for this live. I just came in here real quick and turned it on because I knew I was running late. So sorry about that again, guys. The roads out here suck. Side roads aren't plowed and everybody drives like they are. And the main roads are plowed and no one drives like they're plowed. It's average speed of 75. I'm so sorry, average speed of 45 on the way here down 70. It was not very fun. I want to see the monster coffin get made, so. All right, guys, so remember, you can go to lifeskateboard.com and get these boards. We're gonna take this through several steps of sanding, and then when we get to the orbital, I can work with the respirator off because it's a HEPA-approved dust extractor. It's all right. I'll get over it. Nothing's more satisfying than the sound of this equipment anyway. All right, so this is a 6-ply here. Our boards come standard as a 7-ply. You can request an 8-ply or a 6-ply. Our monster boards, which are the 13.6 and 14.6 inch boards, we suggest you get those as a 6-ply, but we will also make it as a 7-ply. Our youth boards come as a standard 6-ply to keep them a little bit lighter for the kiddos. All right, I'm gonna raise you guys up here a little bit so you can get a better angle on my favorite step of the process to show you. Do a kickflip. Hold on, I got you. Done, gotcha. Look at that, somebody's board got kickflip before I even sent it out. Why would people request different amounts of plies? So that's just gonna be dependent on what you want out of your board. Do you want a really light board that's not as durable? You go with the 6-ply. If you want a really, really heavy board that's gonna last forever, get yourself an 8-ply. trying to show the website. There we go. That's written backwards, so forgive my horrible handwriting. Now this thing is set up for a 7-ply board, so you're going to see me when I come around on the backside, angle it down so that I don't take too much material off. And before we continue with anything that's spinning, I don't normally wear this sweatshirt. I'm going to tuck the strings in for safety. Something I normally check on the lives before we get started here, but all right. Flip that. Now you can see here the edge is rounded off, but it's not very clean. So these next couple steps of sanding are going to clean that up. And this here has an air bladder in it. Oop. Sorry about that, guys. Disconnected the mic. This has an air bladder in it. I've got to go grab the compressor hose and air it up. Sure that sleeve's lined up. Thing needs replaced pretty soon here, but we're gonna get as much life out of it as we can. All right, I'm gonna shut this compressor off and be back in there to clean it up on the drum. And remember, guys, you can get these boards at lifeskateboard.com. There's over 100 shapes on the website. Check it out. All right. Now that the rails on the bottom are clean, we're going to go for the nose and tail. clean it up on the Mac wheel, and we'll get over to the orbital where I can actually see what you guys are saying and respond to you. Alrighty, clear off a little space here. Alright, and this is the mid-twin from Life Skateboards. If you were wanting to check that out, you can get these boards at lifeskateboard.com. Alright. Skateboards, yes, that would be the true. I wouldn't agree with that, Blake. Sorry, I'm just now catching up on everything. Ooh. Yeah, if you guys have any questions about board making or where to get these boards, feel free to ask. I'm here for you. All right, here's my chair. Now we're gonna move on to the orbital. The orbital is hooked up to a Festool vacuum system, a dust extractor that's HEPA approved. So, got some stuff prepared. Ooh. Well, thank you, man. And need a snow skate? Because the way the weather's been, I feel you on that. If you want, you can check out Mech Shift Snow Skates on Instagram. That's MEK Shift. They have bought some boards from us and put skis on them to turn them into snow skates. I love it. So now what we're going to be doing is bringing everything to a 150 on the orbital here. Do I ever consider making Lori / a paw print stamp simply as an option? Yes, actually. That is one of the options for Life Skateboards. So you can get Lori as one of the graphics. It's actually a graphic of her sitting in front of the stairs where we... I'm so sorry, where we found her at. We rescued that dog. So if you go on the website, you're gonna be able to find that. Give me 1 second, I'll bring you an example of it. Ooh. There it is. So I have a cutout of the printed graphic, but this is Lori. And you can get these. When we released this graphic, we did a signed and numbered release for it, where Lori printed the paw print with some pet-friendly ink. It was pretty fun. It was very. Ooh. Yeah, Ambition's a great company. They've got some crazy skateboarders that are killing it on snow skates. Recently saw somebody nollie tray flipped a snow skate. That sounds ridiculous to me. Any boards with Casper on them? Yep. So I mean, there's the Casper signature shape. That used to be what you would have to get my graphic, but now my graphic is just available. So there's a graphic that was done by Ben Blakely. It's Casper the Ghost ripping out the throat of a scarecrow. With some of my tattoos on it. It says Casper Jones at the bottom. I combine both of those graphics for the majority of my personal boards. So what I'm doing right here is removing any excess glue and bringing every surface to a 150. I've tried to show you guys the lines that I'm removing on here, but they don't show up on camera very well. I'm sorry to hear that, Blake. Hopefully you can get back to it. Just take it easy when you're coming back. I'm from Indianapolis. The shop is in New Palestine, Indiana. It was originally in Muncie, Indiana. We moved a couple years ago. I've been doing this for a few years, and Sam, the owner, has been doing this since 2012. You can check out a bunch of finished boards at lifeskateboard.com or lifeskateboards1010 on Instagram. Sam tends to make posts of all the finished boards on there. Hey, we got Indiana people in here. That's rad. We ship all over the world, man. Actually, California loves us, so we do ship a lot of boards to California. We just shipped out a mid-twin to a kid that I met when he was out here not too long ago. Is it snowy out there in Northern California? You want to watch what what happens to unhelpful people in my channel? Boop. Bye-bye. It's fun. So I'm going to take some time to kind of just talk about the things that separate us from the majority of boards on the market. So we actually do everything in-house here at Life Skateboards. We press the boards, we glue them up by hand to ensure you get full glue coverage on every side of every ply. We guarantee against delam. We do a long press and cure time, 24 hours under pressure, 7 days curing. And then our graphic application process is pretty neat. We use hand-carved lino blocks, carved majority by Ben Blakely, a local artist. And the reason we do that is because the majority of the industry might use a heat transfer because it's super easy to mass-produce photorealistic images. But you're applying a graphic with heat to a board when the thing that weakens the bond between wood and glue is heat. So we don't really agree with passing that damage to the board onto the customer, so we choose to do lino blocks. Screen printing is also an amazing option that preserves the quality of the board. All right, so now that the top and bottom have all the glue removed and it's brought to 150, we're going to clean up the rails. The rails are the edges of your board, if you didn't know. That's why in freestyle, a primo slide is called a rail stand. Definitely does. I love it. Really complimenting colors here. We've been doing a lot of all-natural boards, so it's really nice to see these colorful boards come through. And the edges of this guy requires a little bit more love than normal 7-ply. And remember, all this is set up for a 7-ply board. This guy is the mid-twin from Life Skateboards. It's specifically a 6-ply based off of a customer request. This is the same shape that Luke Nation is skating in all of my videos. lifeskateboard.com. You're going to find over 100 shapes on there. So as far as custom goes, you can still choose your wheelbase on anything, ply number, graphic color, and which graphic goes on there. But if you're asking for a full custom, yes, we do that. You're just going to save a bit of money if you pick out of something we've already got, combine the nose and tail of two shapes, or twin a shape. And if you've got something that, if we've got something already that you like, but you just want it tweaked a little bit, make sure you talk to us about it. I'm sure we can work something out. Thanks, Corey. Thanks. Yeah, our twin shapes have been really popular lately. And remember, you can get any of these boards twinned. You just have to let us know. The way we would do that would be, here's a weird one. Probably not recommended, but if you wanted this one, it would be cut, flip, cut. So anything can be twinned, especially if it's just a symmetrical board where the wheelbase needs to be shifted over a little bit. But all right, this guy is ready for graphics. Remember, we apply all of our graphics with hand-carved lino blocks here. Unfortunately, I'm in a big metal box right here. Right up the driveway is the shipping and printing studio. We are talking about getting something to extend the Wi-Fi that way. But for now, all I can really do is show you guys in shorts the graphic application process. Hopefully soon I'll be able to walk over that way without losing you guys. But for now, this guy's gonna sit here waiting on Sam. And don't forget, guys, you can get these boards at lifeskateboard.com. Handcrafted boards, exactly what you want. We got it for you. Yep, they're all lino block print, linographic prints. Is that another way to say that? Because I like that. But yeah, they're all lino block prints. The majority are carved by Ben Blakely, an amazing local artist. Please go check him out. He's been doing some crazy murals lately. I like that. Linographic prints. If that's a common word for it and I'm dumb, I'm dumb. But I like that. Linographic. Sounds better than lino block prints. Tag him. I would, if you go on Instagram and just look up Ben Blakely, Blake, L-E-Y, I think. I have the memory of a dead goldfish, but just look him up on Instagram. I can't put live links in the chat there, but I want to use it. Do I skate? Yeah. Of course. You want the guy making your skateboard to skate, for sure. No, they just put my name on a board for no reason. All right, we got another guy right here. Let's go ahead and take 2 of these through so we have more time on the orbital when we get over there. Looks like we're doing 2 youth boards right now, a youth popsicle and a Douglas. This is the youth popsicle here. Let's drag you guys over here. 24 by 3.1. 24 by 3.1. You're talking about 3.1 inches wide? That's crazy, man. All right, linograph, I'm using it. Thanks, Corey, I appreciate you. 24 by 31, I would definitely have you check out our website. Let me just real quick while I got this here, check the length of this popsicle. It's sitting right at 30. Just check with us. Check the website. I'm sure we got something for you. Hey, and at one point I skated and didn't do woodworking, so. All right, let's bring you guys right over here. Show me your biggest tool. Sorry, we hid that guy earlier. We've got a belt sander in the other room. We've got presses in the other room as well. We can do custom sizes. We've got over 100 shapes on the website from we've got boards in width from 7.75 all the way up to 14.6 inches wide. So I'd highly suggest you check our website, see if we got something for you. Back you guys up, you can see a little bit better, and we'll do another one here. I am live right now, yes. Here's a Douglas right here. So as we said before, these are youth boards. They tend to come standard 6-ply, but these guys are 7 based on a customer request. All right. Yeah, Sam did that router setup. Everything in here was put together and set up by Sam. He is a I don't wear this sweatshirt a lot at work. I do not like it when those about that. The stream froze up on me. Stream froze up on me, and then the mic unplugged. So if you like what you're watching, make sure you double tap the screen for me. Let YouTube know you like it. Almost done here. Alright, now we'll move on to the Mac wheel with these two, and then the orbital. Alright. Alrighty, take this off and get you guys over here. And next we've got two of my signature shapes to shape after this one. Is that a 10.5 back there? Maybe. We make boards all the way up to 14.6. Why? Because why not? We've got the Festool dust extractor right here. It just hooks up to the orbital, which is why you're seeing me wear a respirator for the rest of the process. Hi from Japan. What's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. We actually just shipped our first orders to Japan this year. That's pretty rad. Oh, thank you, Sailor. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. This is the setup at Life Skateboards. Every Life Skateboards passes through my hands and the owner of the company's hands. That would be Sam Koch. He might even pop into the chat here. Most people are like, oh no, my boss is watching me work. I love it. How do you bend those? We press them. So we glue the veneer up by hand, and then we've got presses in the other room. You load them in there under pressure for 24 hours, 7-day curing, and good to go. Hi from Toronto, what's up? Have I skated the new board I made for myself yet? No, I'm still on my old one. I always like to have a backup though. I'm still, I'm not even done with that one. I still gotta do my own graphic on there. I rolled the background black, but it's going to be a fun graphic. I'm going to go with nice neon colors and do some weird retro design on it. Because why not? I need another pink graphic. If you didn't know, I did a lot of pink and purple graphics for a while there. I definitely should. But, what's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. And don't forget, guys, if you like what you're watching, double tap the screen for me. Can I make you a GNS Mark Harmon? No, but I can make you a Life Skateboard. I would highly suggest you go over to lifeskateboard.com, check out our over 100 shapes, and see if we got what you're looking for. Again, that's lifeskateboard.com. We are known for our deep concave, long-lasting boards. customizable options. So check us out at lifeskateboard.com. Give me some more work. Didn't hear me the first time around, this step is just removing any excess glue, textures, and bringing everything to a 150 around the board. And this is one of our youth shapes, the Douglas. An 8-ply, you can definitely park a car on it, that's for sure. That would be our 8-ply boards. My buddy AJ wanted an 8-ply from us and ended up parking his car on it. So ready for the snow to go away. Reason I started this live off late was because I was waiting for a customer to come pick up a board from me, and unfortunately our roads suck. None of the side roads are plowed, and the ones that are plowed get driven on them like they're covered in snow, so I'm ready for the snow to stop as well. I want to get out and skate a little bit more. But it is very hard for me to skate in the cold now. I've got some hardware in my ankle from breaking a fibula, so it does not react to the cold. Well, you can definitely bend wood without laminating, but you won't have a very strong skateboard. These are made to take a beating. So now making it out of multiple plies not only makes it easier to curve, but inside of here you've got 2 grains going the opposite direction. So that gives it curve in every direction. And then the deep concave inadvertently gives the board end-to-end strength. Concave giving a board strength doesn't make sense to you, think about it this way. It's a lot easier to bend or break a straight object than it is a curved object. For example, take a piece of paper, you can bend that in half like it's nothing. Now roll that piece of paper up and it takes quite a bit more force to bend it. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. If you need any more help counting past 7, I got you, buddy. Our school systems have failed us. They all stop at 7 now, and I don't know what to do about it. Part of the reason I don't wear gloves through this whole process is the constant quality control of running my hand along the edge of the board. All right, this guy's good to go. We got to touch up this popsicle, and then we've got 2 of my signature shape to do. Pretty excited about that. And we're going to go ahead and keep this live going until about 7:15. I got to get out of here at 7:30, so. It's all right, man. Psycho Stick can only count to 4, so you're doing better than them. If you don't know that song, you should go look it up because it's fun. I've definitely used it for edits. Double tap that screen for me. Let's watch that go over 100 before we hit an hour, I guess. Is that a goal? I don't know how to set goals for myself. And don't forget, if you like what you're watching, subscribe and turn on notifications. I've got nothing that resembles a actual schedule, so that's the best way you're gonna catch me. Life Skateboards be made. This is the last step before graphics, and we're going to hop over to a couple other shapes here in a minute. Just removing any excess glue and bringing all surfaces to a 150 before I clean up the rails. Who was my pick for Skater of the Year? So I don't entertain arguments on this at all, because there was a ton of skill in so many different directions this year. My personal pick was Tom Scar. That disaster he did at FDR was unimaginable if you've been there. However, I mean, Chris Jocelyn, the tray flip down, big flip down Wallenberg, or bigger flip, I'm sorry. And I mean, that was amazing. And then you've got TJ Rogers overcoming quite a bit of adversity to put out, what was it, like 9 parts or something like that. So whoever would have won, I know Jocelyn won. He definitely deserved it. If Tom Scar won, I would have said he deserved it. And if TJ won, I would have said he deserved it. But yeah, all the parts went crazy. There were this is a very good year for pushing the boundaries of skateboarding. Definitely. Aggressive, fun to watch part. Go watch Grayson Fletcher's Hellion part if you haven't. I know that I'm not breaking any news here, but that man really showed what aggression can do with skateboarding. I love it. Absolute animal. Yeah, Fletcher is insane. Just the way he floats everything too. But then again, Tom Scar floats everything as well. I mean, hell, that blunt kickflip in on a soccer goal post on top of a mega ramp, that's insane. Absolute insanity. But there you go, skateboarding. Thank you, Emma. You can get these boards at lifeskateboard.com. All right, so those guys are ready for graphics. Well, I hope John's still skating, and you can always get back to skating. All right. Yeah, it's insane. Tom had some wild stuff in his parts. Alrighty, so we're gonna go through with 2 more again here. And these are actually my signature shapes. So this is something that I designed. These are gonna be both for customers, neat. So I'm gonna kind of go through what I did here. This is the third version of my shape. Obviously it looks super thick because you don't normally see a board without the edges rounded. My first version of the shape had a fishtail, and I kind of took that fishtail with a 9-inch popsicle template and rounded it off right there to give myself some versatility. I like having this edge right here, right above the pocket, to hang my heel off and push it around for certain tricks on coping, like disaster smiths, things like that. And I like these curves. They feel really good on grabs, really ergonomic. And for front foot impossible sweepers, my foot is just right there. So I like catching that. And then I wanted more surface area on the nose for my crooked grind, so I did that. Wanted a knuckle on the nose for versatility. That was a fun choice. And then I added this other angle right here. When I'm doing a crook grind, that is going straight forward, just square going forward. I like it. Try it out. If you go to lifeskateboard.com, look up Casper in the little search bar, hit the little search button, that'll pop up. BMX is definitely gnarly. That's for sure. They're both gnarly. Got great friends that ride BMX, and my entire BMX career lasted about 15 seconds when I got too much confidence crossing the park on a bike, tried to air a hip, and then woke up underneath the rail. So I got a lot of respect for those guys. I should do custom grip. So I use non-abrasive DKL grip tape to save my shoes. Can't really cut patterns in that. I actually used to do custom grip that got sold at local shops. And I ran a group called Bad Luck Club. And before I switched to DKL, I always custom painted my grip. But DKL is saving me about $1,000 a year on shoes, so I'm sticking with that. All right, there's one. Are they pressed? They're pressed to do this, yes. After I do the edges on this guy, I'll go show you the presses. They start off as loose veneer. We glue them up by hand, throw them in a press for 24 hours, and then let them cure for 7 days in a stack of their own concave. And then the boss man cuts out the shape. I do this, and the boss man applies the graphic. Unless I'm doing it. Alright, so really quickly here, I'll take you guys into the pressing room before we round these edges off here. That's my favorite step to show you. Street or bowls. I like park and transition, but I'll skate both. So here is our pressing room. So we pull the veneer, we glue them up by hand, and then we press them. Now tomorrow I'm going to be unloading this guy and loading it back up. This is the monster press, this is our standard press, and these are all curing boards waiting to be cut. And everything on the wall in here is a template, not a board. So that's how the shapes are cut out. So that is maple slim. Those are blocks of maple that are cut into that shape for the presses themselves. Alrighty. So this is my favorite step to show you guys. This is where the edge on the board becomes round. And if you see my super repetitive shorts, it's because I always hit this little button right here. Oh, it's not sketchy. I'm just really used to this. I know I move a little quickly with it, but this thing is set up to match a 7-ply board, so it's going to meet it right in the middle. So if I've got this flat, it's going to cut it perfectly. Remove the material perfectly. So another little bit of this step here, when you're seeing me angle the board around as I go around, I know the concave of these boards really well, shaped hundreds of them. So that's what I'm just keeping it flat as it goes along. So all right, we are gonna round off these guys here. And I apologize if I'm not keeping up with the chat after this, but what's the blue veneer in the board? Just is what it is. It's just color veneer. So we have some dyed veneer. Some of the boards are all natural. Some of them have a colored top or bottom ply. But whoop, there you go. Thanks for watching from Australia. So I'm about to clean up 2 of these on the drum here. I can't really see the chat while I'm doing that part. But once we get over to the orbital, I have a HEPA approved dust extractor connected to it, so I can take the respirator off and talk to you guys a little bit. I always think it's really cool how on this drum, even when the edge of the board isn't straight, you can clean it up on here, just holding it loosely. I'll let those curves bounce off the drum as you take it along. Ready? So with this step, we are just going to be cleaning up the rails of the board, removing any excess glue we can reach without compromising the edge of the board, and cleaning up everything we can reach. And once again, you guys can get these boards at lifeskateboards.com. Go ahead and double tap the screen for me if you enjoy what you're watching. I want to see that number go up. That would be pretty rad. Guy's good for the next step. Come back with this guy. We'll take both of these over to the Mac wheel real quick, and then I'll be back to the orbital where I can see and answer your guys' questions. And if you guys like what you're watching, double tap that screen. I see that's at 96. I want to see it hit 100 before I'm done with the Mac wheel. Alrighty. Alright. Let's bring you guys over here. Hey, thank you. So I designed that deck. That is the Casper 3.0. Grateful that Sam gave me the opportunity. Man, it would be super nice if this tripod wasn't so jarring when I move it. Oh, hey there, Liz. Yeah, it was, I ended up going live yesterday. Didn't think I was gonna go live till today, but spreading a little bit of workout today so that I can go live again tomorrow. Give me just a moment here. What's up, Bathtub Larry? Thank you, right? Give me one moment here. Sorry about that. Took my respirator off and definitely needed to blow my nose. But none of you needed to worry about that. Not much. If you guys don't know who Bathtub Larry is, Bathtub Larry was watching these lives when I didn't know how to change the quality of the live. He's been here entertaining me and the people in the chat. I love it. All right, let's get back to sanding these Casper 3.0s. So once again, you can get this deck at lifeskateboard.com. You can choose whatever graphic you want on here, but I suggest getting my graphic on here and maybe even asking if we can combine it with the Lori graphic for you. If you do that, please let us know in the notes that you found us through this YouTube here. Oh, nice. 106. Thank you, guys. You're rad. Don't forget, if you like what you're watching, subscribe. I go live making boards. I take my dog to the dog park every once in a while, and let you guys see that. And then I do a lot of traveling with a crew of skaters. I'll be with Luke and Chuck and our filmer Blake. Oops. Our filmer Mysterio. I didn't mean to say that out loud. This next video is going to be from the White Barn skate ramp. It's part of a series called Lagoon to the Moon, where me and these guys go around and skate. And I've got that edited. I just need to get it uploaded to YouTube. I transferred it over to my computer, so tonight I'll probably go ahead and schedule that to switch from members only to public in about a week or so. So check that out for me. me and become a member if you want to see that stuff early. And big thank you to the members on the channel here. Let me just go ahead and take a moment and thank the members on the channel here. We got Live, Laugh, Loathy. We got Gills to Gardens. Go subscribe to them real quick. We got Tina M4, thank you. Hayden Crop, Kevin Kissel, Hate Skates or Sweaty Freddy. Thanks always for being here. I hope you pop in here. And we got Gray Jedi, who was in the chat earlier. NC John, who has also helped us out by sending us Aromatic Roasters coffee. So if you want to keep going and skate and drink some damn good coffee and talk better than I am right now, get yourself some Aromatic Roasters at aromaticroasters.com. Another channel I want you guys to check out is the Fireball Farm. That would be our buddy Jim over in the Cleveland area. That's where we go when we skate. He lets us stay over there. We've got the lagoon to skate. And big shout out to Jim for everything he's doing over there. Him and Keith are killing it, learning how to make these videos, editing. They've got so much footage to go through right now. So please go over to the Fireball Farm and subscribe for me. Those guys are awesome. You'll be seeing their stuff on this channel and my stuff on their channel every time we go visit. He's doing everything though. Fireworks, skateboarding, die-cast and Hot Wheels collections. It's so much stuff. Just so much. And now he's doing some stuff with teaching classes on fireworks and stuff like that. Yeah, no, he is insane. This man made some, he made things called fireballs. It's fuel down in a tube that explodes like, looks like a mushroom cloud. It's pretty awesome. I believe it was Lagoon to the Moon 2. Where we filmed that whole fireworks show. The first Lagoon to the Moon videos were about 30 minutes each, so it was fun. It was a great time. I think my phone died like as the stream ended for that one. I tried to stream the last fireworks show and I lost service immediately. Hi there, Joe. I'm confused. I'm sorry. Are you asking me to check out another board maker? Someone that handcrafts skateboards? 'Cause that would be pretty cool. Oh, wow. Thanks, Tom. Hey! Thomas. I missed you, bud. Perfect. Yeah, that was cutting it close there. But yeah, Joe, tell me, is that a skateboard maker? Another handcrafted skateboard maker. I'm glad you got to. Make sure you go subscribe to that. Hey, awesome. I was just telling people to go make sure they subscribe to the Fireball Farm for some cool fireworks stuff. If you've never seen this before, though, this is Life Skateboards being made. This is the final step here before graphics are applied. Currently finishing up one of my signature shapes for a customer. We make all these boards in-house, and you can get them at lifeskateboard.com. And on this channel, we kind of just walk through some board making. You guys kind of hang out with me live at work here. And we get to talking about board making, my gripes with the industry's process. End up talking about sobriety quite a bit here. And being there for people, so. We never really know what this stream holds. Hey, Tom, I will, let's think about this. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have time tomorrow. I might end up at the barn tomorrow if John lets me out there, but I'll message you later. I haven't been going there very much. But maybe meeting you out there and finding out who's there before I go would be a good call. So what we're doing here, we just cleaned up the top and bottom and brought everything to a 150. Now we're just cleaning up the rails on the board. Orbital wanted to unplug there on me. Yeah, listen to what they said. Get a life. Although Thomas already got a life. He actually got one of the signed and numbered boards from Lori that we were talking about earlier. Oh, that ain't the reason, Thomas, and I'll message you about it later. I've been busy parks don't bother me at all, I promise. Tattoo a snake on your face and you can snake anybody at the skate park. Talking to Jax and Justin about getting a little session going on out there. Nice to meet you, Joe. At the moment, I'm cleaning up the rail on the board. So, Joe, I'm going to ask you another very important question. How are those graphics applied? And what am I doing? I was just cleaning up the rails on this board before graphics are applied here at Life Skateboards. But I have that's a very important question for you there, Joe. Oh, thanks you, Thomas. Yeah, these boards last a long time. How many boards that's too many to count, I promise. I'm sorry, I wish I could answer that question for you, but I have made way too many for me to count or give you an accurate number at all. There's some days I come in here and there's a couple boards to shape. There's some days I come in here and I'm shaping 10 boards. There's some days I come in here and there's no boards to shape. So it's really just dependent on you guys. I've been working here for about, 4 years now. And Sam's been making these boards since 2012. Every single board that comes out of Life Skateboards now since, probably 3 or 4 years ago, has been pressed by me, glued by me. There was this short period of time where our buddy Ben was gluing the boards for me because I broke my leg. But pretty much just been me and Sam. Do I do the artwork? No. So the artwork is done by an artist named Ben Blakely, and the way we apply all of our graphics is with hand-carved Lino blocks. So here's an example of a finished print. This is the cutout outline, but this is one of those. This is Lori here. You can get this on the bottom of the board. Ben Blakely hand carves Lino blocks for us. Lino graphic application. Learned that word earlier today. But basically what we do is roll speedball ink onto it, slap it on there, and roll up and down. No way. So yeah, it's Sam, and then Ben Blakely does the artwork, and then another Ben from that area is the guy who was pressing before me and helping glue when I had my leg broken. That's rad. Small world, Randall Potter. Yep. So Sam cuts out all the shapes still. He does all the templates. That's rad. How do you know Sam? This is a lovely little small world here. Maybe you guys will get some insight into that. Speedball? Yep. Speedball is an ink company out of one of the Carolinas. You're gonna have to research me on that one. But yeah, Speedball makes ink for screen printing, lino block, and a lot of other things. There we go. You know what? There you go, Thomas. Oh, I see what you were referencing. So yeah, no. Speedball is an ink company. It's also a bearing company I used to ride for before, unfortunately, the owner passed away. They quit in Bradford, rest in peace. Unfortunately, I'm also all too familiar with what you're alluding to. I am an addict in recovery, so. Oh, people that. Boop. You like the shape of this deck? Thank you. I designed it. This is available from Life Skateboards. If you go on the website and go to lifeskateboard.com and search Casper in the little search bar, you will find me. You were pro? I don't know. Define pro. I currently have a shape and graphic with the company here. What it is. I work and ride for the company. Actively still skating. Thank you. How long have you been making videos on YouTube? I tried off and on for several, probably like 6 years or so. I actually have some of my earlier videos hidden on the channel. But I think it was the last year that I actually started focusing on going live here on YouTube, which I really enjoy. Does the shape make it easier to do certain tricks? Do I have any videos on YouTube? Yeah, I do. There's some skating videos in, if you go to any of the Lagoon to the Moon videos, we've got some just session videos. And then if you want to check back on the last 6 or so years of skateboarding, if you go to Stranger Casper on Instagram, you're going to find quite a bit of what I do there. There was a year where I landed a different trick every day because I was recovering from a broken leg and stuff like that on there. Let's see, does the shape make it easier to do certain tricks? I think it does. I specifically added this angle right here to it because that's square while you're doing a crooked grind. I like these above the pocket here because you can push on it with your heel or drag on it with your toe to do combos on the coping. And I like these curves that feel real good on grabs. So I personally think it makes it more fun the way I skate. Thank you. 540 Boneless King. Thank you. I am so close to sending that forward moving too. I broke a board in the at Stoke Run during that. Yeah, Thomas is a mod. All the power to remove trolls. I've got a real low tolerance for it. Thank you so much, Ace. Yeah, before I worked for the company, I was admiring the wood grain and beauty of these boards. I was working in a skate shop thinking about how cool it would be to make these boards, and now here I am, living my dream. With my buddies moderating my chat for me. Kind of looking forward to my boss looking in on me working right now. I don't think I would change a moment of my life. Oh, well, thank you, JHM. I'm glad that I made something that's entertaining for you. If you do, I think you said you did subscribe. Sometimes you'll see me playing with my dog, some other stuff like that. Board making, traveling videos. So I hope you enjoy your time here, bud. And I hope I do things that entertain you. If you have any questions, make sure you ask. It might take me a minute to get to them sometimes, but I'll try my best. Thanks for tuning in, bud. Stuff them though. These things are made to be destroyed. They last a real long time, but they are definitely made to be destroyed. We ship all over the world. I'm sure you're aware that right now international shipping sucks. I wish there was something we could do about that, but what we can do is suggest that you order multiple boards. Shipping's a flat rate, so you save some on shipping, we lose some on shipping, we sell multiple boards. It's worth it all around. So yeah, international shipping sucks right now. But yeah, you can definitely get a board from us. Like I said, it's a flat rate, so if you order with your friends, you're gonna save on shipping. Go through all that trouble, make sure you get exactly what you want. So on our website, you can choose like your wheelbase, your color, your graphic. If we don't have a color fly option on the bottom you don't like, we'll even roll the bottom whatever color you want. Pretty much up to you what you get. I'll even tell you that there are some graphics that I've done for people where I clock out and do the graphic because it takes so much time, but I just really enjoy doing it. A lot of the work that went into being able to do the graphic went in when Ben Blakely was carving out the Lino block. So I mean, think about this. All of this insane detail was carved out by hand on a reverse image block. I know you guys are looking at this backwards, but that's just because the screen is backwards. And there we go. My dog is a shepherd mixed with something real stocky. Whatever it is, she's got a big old head and a real thick body. But she poses like a shepherd, that's for sure. And she loves me. Like, she's got a little shepherd lantern on her chest too. I love it. Thank you. Hey, that was a good come up, I guess, off of somebody. So I volunteer with a nonprofit cleaning up a skate park near me. I got there at like 6 in the morning one day and came across a empty kennel, some rancid food and water, and then I saw this dog walking around the parking lot. Opened up my door, she hopped in with me. I tried to find her a home, fell in love with her, and we ended up moving to be able to take her in. Best decision of my life. She's a lot of work, but we love her. Yeah, every time you guys get me more work or support me through here. Oh, thank you, Marco. You guys make life a little easier for her. And there was one point when I had like an Amazon wish list for Lori. That was while people were really helping me out on Instagram with it. I might do that again, just some like cool little special toys or something that you guys can get for Lori. I guess I would just go like live when she opens those up and show you guys. But if that's something that people would want to do, please let me know. I might get that going again. Lori deserves some treat. Wow, thank you, man. Hey, I don't know. I always want to try to be the person that maybe the younger me would have listened to when I was going around doing stupid stuff. So that's what kind of motivates me to be the type of person I am. So thank you. I hope however I'm acting that you're saying that for is rubs off on some other people and inspires some other people to be kind to people and kind to all these living things. Thomas actually got to meet Lori. You're right, Thomas. You're right. She found me. She knew that I was cleaning that park, and she was like, I'm going to go home with this guy. He's going to take care of me. And if he's not, thousands of people on the internet will. She's not a home defense. I live in Indiana. My home defense is handheld. She's just great. I would never use her for anything like that. I'm just glad that I found her, and she ended up with a happier life than whatever somebody dumped her for. You know what I mean? Probably the difference there. I'm poor and I live in a one-bedroom apartment. So she had to get used to a lot of distraction noises and things like that. But luckily we have a dog park in the neighborhood. I take her out all the time, and when the weather warms up, I take her to the skate park to clean up with me. I love it. Do I bring her to the shop with me? Yeah, when the weather is nice. Right now it sucks outside. We actually have a great insulated doghouse out back that's got one of her graphics put on there. It would be awesome if it wasn't freezing outside. So when it gets too hot or it gets too cold, she stays at home. But when it's perfect temperature out, she can come here. She's got a double coat, so in the summer, she gets overheated really easy, and then in the winter, her pads get really cold really easy. So I just never want to put her in that type of situation. This is the Casper signature from Life Skateboards. This is my third version of it. More surface area on the nose, knuckle off there so you can pop it off the nose and get different pop angles than your tail. I changed the fishtail into a popsicle while still keeping these little pockets out here. By taking my fishtail and using a 9-inch popsicle template on there. I personally like these curves here because for grabs, it feels real ergonomic, and for front foot impossible sweepers, my toe sits right before this little bump here and wraps the board around. Good questions though, guys. Ooh, favorite board maker and graphic of all time. My favorite board maker is Life Skateboards. And my favorite graphic is mine. Am I allowed to say that? I don't know. Let's see. If it was not us, favorite board maker currently, as far as factory goes, probably would be Prime. I'm not a big fan of factory stuff, but Prime does things really well. And then as far as graphics, I'd probably say I really like David Rickey's graphic from Dead End. They do silk screening on boards, and I think it's really cool. Of course, man. It's not science, I promise. I dropped out of Purdue. Kicked out, they dropped out, I don't know. I can't remember that time period. But of course, I will happily explain things. What age did I start doing this? This was probably like 4 years ago, so was that like 26 or 7? Oops, I didn't mean to do that to you. 26 or 27. If you guys start counting and you get stuck at 7 again, I'm gonna have to call your teachers and remind them to remind you how to count. Dang. Sorry. A little bit of touch up on this guy here, and then we were moving on to a couple of popsicles. Just a little touch up. Time is it? It is 6:49. I have got to get cleaned up and out of here by around 7:30. So let's start taking these through one at a time here. These are just going to be popsicles. Thank you. One with the rat print. We've actually got two of those. There's like a standing rat and a walking rat. But since you like the Winkowski, let me see if I can show you some things. So this is our bottlenose shape right here. This is a customer request. It's basically what you're referring to, just stretched out a little bit. And then this is our bottle cave. So it's a combination of the caveman and the bottlenose. That's a really fun shape that's been popular with people. Once again, these are templates, not actual boards. That's why they're so flat and thick. Can I do a kick flip real quick? Here you go. Done. Call me Handy Henderson. Just kidding, that dude is rad. Handy Henderson from Chicago, the guy that does all the handboarding and stuff. That dude is rad. I should bring in a setup in here that I don't normally skate with whatever shoes I'm working on, so I can just do kick flips and stuff for you when I need to. Yeah, dude, that bottle cave is rad. I get excited every time somebody orders it. Those little bump outs at the tail are just so cool. All right, so we are gonna get here. I'm gonna open this up so the heat can get in here. Whew, feels nice out here. What places have I traveled to so far for the channel? The first trip we took was out to Pennsylvania to go visit Bam Margera at Castle Bam. And then we went out to Columbia Station, Ohio, and skated the Lagoon. We skated the Green Monster, and we skated, let's see, Changa, the spine ramp before it got taken out, and Stoke Run. We also skate the White Barn ramp, and definitely gonna be taking some trips to the Life Bowl. Many on the Mountains on the list for places to visit, and then going back to see it, going back to see Bam again. Bam's doing awesome, dude. Bam is great. He's sober, and he's doing great. Bro's not mental. Well, he's a little crazy. I love it. He's a great dude. He is looking awesome. It's the sobriety. Huge shout out to Danny, dude. His wife is just like the best influence on his life he's ever had. Going out to see him was rad. When I met him when he was in Indy, the first thing we talked about was sobriety, and he had just some really, really cool insights on sobriety, really cool experience with it. When I got out to Pennsylvania, we ended up doing a little interview about sobriety that just turned into him talking about it. Unfortunately, that video was taken and posted a lot of other places. But when you see that video of him sitting at his house with the red hoodie on, that was taken with my phone on one of those trips. Yeah, for sure, guys. Are you doing a skateboard? Yep, I'll get to it. Sorry. All right, it's 8:53. We're gonna get through this. This board is. Go ahead and cut the shape out here. The edge of this is not to a 90, so we got to bring it to a 90 to be able to round it off. Let's get started. It's not bad. She do. That's for sure. But yeah, Danny's been a great influence on that man. Especially in his sobriety. You definitely need somebody tough on you when you're early in sobriety. And he's definitely got that with Danny. All right, so this is my favorite step to show you guys. This is where the edge of the board becomes round. So I actually clip this all the time and turn it into shorts. If you guys will bear with me for just a moment here. Oops. In the meantime, make sure you check out that website. I will be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. Sorry about that. Let's put this back on here. Your favorite part of the stream? Oh, hi there, Aaron. So, if you're trying to get a board for your oldest boy, if it's a kid, if it's a little kid, we make youth boards, but you can go to lifeskateboard.com and check out everything we've got for you. Sorry if I missed you on there, though. So, Rourke, that's actually one of the graphics, kind of. My signature graphic. Awesome, Aaron. Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. But my signature graphic is Casper the Ghost ripping out of the throat of a scarecrow with some of my tattoos on it. Whew. Yeah, that's it's nice since we've got the park real close to us. But yeah, we got into the only place we could afford that had no breed restrictions. Unfortunately, everywhere in this area has breed restrictions. It stinks. Thank you. We have tons of shapes. I apologize if I'm not getting to the chat as quickly as I'd like to. I can't see it while I'm doing this part of the process. But when we get over to the orbital, I can take my respirator off and talk to you guys, because we have a HEPA-approved dust extractor attached to it. We just don't have one attached to it for this part here. and a little more love on the bottom ply there. So now that the rails on the bottom are clean, we'll get the nose and tail and move on to the next step. So this step is just kind of cleaning up the bottom ply where you can reach it, removing any excess glue that doesn't compromise the edge of the board, and cleaning up the edge of the board. And if you've been watching this stream the entire time and you hear me repeat myself over and over again, sorry about that. Trying to be as informative as I can be. Since I'm fortunate enough to be able to do what I love, I also love being able to share that with you guys. So if you enjoy this, make sure you subscribe for me. Double tap the screen so YouTube knows you like it. And share it with your friends if you think it's going to be fun. If you think your friends will like it, send it to them. Just see if they like it. All right. One more before we get to the orbital here. Quit skating if you have bad balance. Hey, yo. Real quick, Avalanche, you're getting hidden from my channel. That was the dumbest thing I've ever read in my life. So, if someone says they have bad balance, you can help them work on their balance. One of those steps would be core works outs, because your balance is going to come from core strength. You can also work on just taking squats with one foot. You can work on your pistol squats. Whatever you need to do to build up your balance in awkward positions and positions you're going to be while you're skateboarding. If you have bad balance, you're just going to work on it. The cool thing about skateboarding is you're going to start using parts of your body you've never used before. So it's going to be hard for you the first time you try things, and then you're building up muscles you've never used before. So next time you try it, you're going to be able to do it a lot easier. Discouraging people from progressing is the dumbest thing I could do. And if I do see that happening on the channel, I'm just going to go ahead and hide you from the channel, because I don't need that around here. We're here to encourage people to enjoy skateboarding. I love this beautiful toy. It saved my life, and I hope it saves other people's lives. So sorry if that was a bit of a harsh reaction to that, but yeah, never quit skateboarding. You never have to. You're never going to. I'm here to tell you, you can do it till the day you die. One way or another, you can always find a way to be skateboarding adjacent or skateboarding. All right, Mac wheel time. Ooh. Oh, of course, thank you, Justin, and of course, JHM. I don't know. Skateboarding is just a beautiful thing. People that tell people to stop doing it clearly aren't doing it for the right reasons, because I don't know. I just can't get behind that. Yep, so I do press these boards. I'm the sole hourly employee here. I glue them all by hand, press them in the other room over there. They're under pressure for 24 hours minimum, cure for 7 days, and then Sam, the owner, cuts out the shape. He made all these templates as well, and then I go through the steps of sanding. Good question though, bud. I will always go ahead and take a sidebar to correct people that are being douchebags in the chat there. But thank you for bringing me back to the skateboard making. Of course, And you can get these boards at lifeskateboard.com. We are located in New Palestine, Indiana, just 20 minutes east of Indianapolis, which is where I live. The shop was originally located in Muncie, Indiana, about an hour north of here. Can you see my puppy soon? Yeah. Unfortunately, it's been like getting down to 1 degree lately. So I haven't been having her out too much, trying to just mentally exhaust her at home. And is that Pokemon? I don't think I have any Pokemon around me, no. But I haven't been taking her to the dog park because I don't want to mess up her pads with freezing in this cold. But as soon as it warms up, I really enjoyed going live while we were at the dog park last time. So yeah, you can see her. Let me think. I think she's on my story on Instagram right now. If not, she was on there yesterday. She loves the snow, but I worry about her pads. Woo! We got the first one today. Hi there, A. I know that you must be new here. Are you familiar with what a HEPA-approved dust extractor is? Because if you're not, I'm going to teach you. So I'll wait for you to tell me if you know what that is before I educate you. Hey, there we go. See, and some of you guys are cool about it. See, I even had this written up, and just so you're aware, this screen is mirrored. So I had to take the time to write this backwards. Wait a minute. There we go. Sorry, that's backwards now. Yeah, that's right. I messed up. I messed up on being a smartass to you, and now I'm just a dummy. Well, thanks for playing. Ooh. Sorry about that. You're in Canada. Well, first of all, thank you for the amazing maple. And second of all, I am very sorry about the cold that you're getting right now. I'm from Indianapolis, always been here. The shop is in New Palestine. You're from Montreal, that's rad. Just had a guy come through here from BC. Traveling through here. His name's Orion, the traveling skateboarder who's been crossing the US and north to south on an electric bike. I think it's rad. You're from Wisconsin. Well, how you do, Midwest person? Fellow Midwesterner. Do you say ope as much as I say ope? You're from Rhode Island. That's a tiny little place. Never been there. You say A, I say ope while I pass strangers uncomfortably close in the store. It's freezing here too, man. I got the salamander running out there right now. It's so damn cold. I do not enjoy it, to say the very least. I said it earlier on the stream, but I've got hardware in my ankle, so when it gets cold, I can't flick very well. Say A like that. I mean, I guess I do that, but I say ope for a different reason. You know what I mean? I say ope in lieu of excuse me. St. Bernard? Where's that? All I know about is Bernard in Ohio area. But I'm also ignorant to a lot. And I am willing to admit when I'm ignorant to things. Louisiana. I hope you're enjoying the weather down there. I don't even know what the weather is like down there at all. got to be better than this. When I finish this board, I'll show you guys the outside real quick. Do we make custom boards? We can do custom boards, but we've got over 100 shapes on the website. So go to lifeskateboard.com and check us out. If we don't have something exactly like what you're looking for, reach out through Life Skateboards 1010 or the contact information on the website to talk to the owner about doing a custom. All right, so we're gonna clean up the rails on this board now, starting with the nose and tail. And then looks like I left myself 3 boards to shape tomorrow after I press. I'm thinking I'll probably do that maybe a little after noon or maybe even super early in the morning. This is the problem with not having scheduled lives is my day depends on how I feel when I wake up. What trucks do I prefer? I skate Ace Classic 55s on my board. I tried the AF1s, but I didn't like the sound against pool coping. So that's why I stuck with the classics. I really like the Ace shape. It's in old Indy geometry, so let's get back to old school. Well, this is the popsicle here. So here at Life Skateboards, I might think the popsicles are boring, but if people want them, we make them. Oh, so when I'm talking about the Lino blocks, that's how we apply our graphics. So we're not going to be doing photorealistic images or things like that. We're going to be using Lino blocks that a local artist carved and applying the graphic by hand. And the reason we do that is because the majority of the industry does use a heat transfer to apply the graphics, and while that's a super easy way to mass produce graphics in general or produce a photorealistic image, you apply that by applying heat to the board. And when you apply heat to a board, you weaken the bond between the wood and the glue. It's the same reason you don't put a board in a hot car. It's going to weaken that bond. It's going to cause some issues inside the board. So we aren't really willing to pass that damage on to the customer, so that's why we do our graphics the way we do. But really quickly here, I went ahead and finished this board up. Did I? A little bit of touch on this rail, and we'll be good to go here. And I'll show you guys some finished boards in the next room. You hate ankles? Well, if you hate ankles, you can ask us to square top your board, and you can hurt your ankles real bad. Alrighty, so that guy's good to go, and let's take you guys in the other room so you guys can see some finished boards. I had set an alarm for 7:15 to be done here, so only a few minutes left before I gotta start getting things together and getting out of here. Here is a wall of some finished boards, including, I got a rider on there. This is one of my old boards. That was the second version of my shape. But we've got collabs with Josh Garrels, the Dewey. That's a black on black, so it's hard to see that one. We've got the bruised heel graphic here with a faded pattern. The knife graphic, the generic Life graphic here. We don't have a Lino block with Lori's paw, but we have done one with Lori. I've considered doing that, but how are you going to tell the difference between Lori's paw print and a random paw print? So I have released boards with Lori's actual paw print on them before. I thought that was pretty neat. Here's that sturgeon you couldn't see because of the black on black graphic. This is another fade from brown to black here. This is our truck, keep on trucking graphic. It's our dovetailed snake. I like that one so much, I got it tattooed on my hand. We've got the twins here. This is a old Barney Fife graphic. Looks like a little punk Barney Fife. Another sturgeon. the praying hands graphic with a little bit of an experimental fade on there. And another sturgeon here. What's this? I shot that. It was a fun time. What else? Here is the first version of my shape, right up here. It was super narrow on the nose. Hey, what's up, Easy? I'm so sorry that I'm ending the stream really soon here. But here, let's. This is why it sucks outside, guys. Look at that. It's so cold. It's all right, Easy. Sound yet? No sound. Dang it. You guys are good now? Okay, so sorry about that. Here's the receiver. So we're gonna try this one more time. I went ahead, let's see, I'm going to shut this mic system off here, start it over again, and see if we can't get it to connect. Alright, so I've got mic number 2 hooked up there. Let's see if this will go well here. Alright, the receiver is going on now. Do we have sound and is it clear? Let me know at this point, because if not, it is the receiver that's causing a problem here. Alright, sweet. Alright, we are good to go then. Awesome, thanks for working through that with me, guys. That was a hard time there. If the sound is off again, alright, we're good. Alright. So I'm loving these mics though. That's the first time I've ever had an issue with them. I use these DJI mics. I absolutely love them. It lets me be able to talk to you guys while the equipment is going. No way, dude. You got 13-inch trucks for 40. That is good. That's a good deal right there. If you guys can score 13-inch slappies for that little, you definitely need to. All right, so I just got to record my time over here. Let's see. All right. That's good there. What board should you put them on? Let me think. I really liked the XXL panhead as a 6-ply from Life Skateboards. We make that one in a 13.6. We also make it in a 14.6. The Mega Roll and the Mega Roll XL from Life Skateboards are also really, really fun, huge boards with good concave. Tomorrow you're gonna see me pressing the layups for those gigantic skateboards. It's fun. I've got a setup with 13s on it that's a 14.6-inch board. I just set up some wheels that have a little bit of overhang on the nut there. But I love them. They're fun. They're turny. Doing a slappy grind on them feels like you're just rolling up on top of the curb, because you got so much truck that you just like, boom, and then you're up there. It's like not even trying a slappy and you're in a slappy grind. I love them. The wheels that I used for that one were Dogtown Canine wheels to make it stick out a little bit further. I personally ride Speed Labs on everything else I skate. There's another 13.6 that Sam had set up that I believe had some bones on there. I might be wrong on that. But yeah, if you want to see that board in action, there's some shorts a while back of Chuck Bennett nollie flipping the 13.6, and then if you go back even further, you can find me tray flipping the 13.6. They're such fun boards, and something I noticed that kind of sets us apart as far as the big boards from some of the other big boards on the market is our boards have a wheel flare all the way to the edge, so it doesn't feel like there's a popsicle in the middle and then it got just satellite dished out. It actually has concave all the way through. For example, these guys here will become some of those 14.6-inch boards, and as you can see, that wheel flare goes all the way to the edge right there. But all right, guys, looking like it's about time for me to head out here. So let me just take you guys around with me while I'm making sure everything's cleaned up. We're turning the lights out on the way out. Oh, I like this. Oh, you have a 9. Okay, so when you're talking about size-wise, I'm very against the idea of using a shoe size to determine someone's board that they should skate, because my example would be Cater, who is on an 8.5 at, what, 12 years old? So it's all dependent on you. I know some adults that want to skate youth boards. I know some kids that are skating 10-inch boards. Now, if you're just looking for something with a ton of versatility, and you're gonna probably stick around the 8 to 8.5 range, which I personally skate a 9 to 9.25, but if you're gonna stay around that range, I would highly suggest starting off with something like an 8.25, because then you can get trucks that, I'm so sorry, If you get an 825 complete, you're gonna have 825 trucks. Trucks are gonna work within a 1/4 inch of their size. It's gonna be a little uncomfortable, but that way you can try out an 8.5 board and an 8-inch board with the same trucks, and you're not gonna have to buy a whole new setup every time. That was a very, very long-winded explanation, and I stumbled a few times, so I hope it made sense. Sorry about that. I did like that. Oh, look at that. In the last few seconds, somebody found a quick way to get hidden from my channel. Bye-bye. Boop. Thank you, Easy. I'm glad that helped you there. Have a good night, guys. And yeah, real quick before we go, I want to shout out a few people. Just want to shout out a few of my friends here. So Doug over at Life Without Limits has been making these really cool things. He made these for an event that I threw. It was really, really cool. He also wood burned this graphic into a cutting board for us, which I absolutely loved. That is Life Without Limits. Go check them out. And make sure you go subscribe to the Fireball Farm as well. Jim over there is going to do some amazing things, and I'm so stoked on it. Yeah, dude, I mean, big shoes and tiny boards were a thing for a very long time. That's why, I don't know, when I worked in a skate shop, the way that I always helped people find their first shape or their first size was I would take boards ranging from 8 all the way to 9.5, put them on the ground and not tell them what size they were and tell them they got to look at me while they're putting their feet on them. Don't look down. I don't want you to know what size board you're on. And then tell me what you're comfortable with. I'm not going to start them or push them towards something. I just want them to tell me. So it's kind of hard over just through online to tell you what kind of board you should be skating. Wow, awesome, Freedom. Thank you. Hey, I love it when customers pop in here and share their love. We love you guys and love you guys for the support. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and end the live here. Make sure you guys get a life. Go to lifeskateboard.com, subscribe for me, become a member if you want to see new videos, and I'll see you guys likely tomorrow. At the very least, I will see you on Wednesday. But have a great night, guys, and stay safe. If you're cold, stay warm. Be nice to somebody. Make a stranger smile. Don't just lick stuff. And bye.